I'm David Toman, author of Nootropics Expert and this YouTube channel. In this video, you'll discover the nootropic benefits of maritime pine bark extract. This is an update to a video I made on pine bark extract a few years ago. In this video, I'll tell you what pine bark extract is, where it comes from, and why experienced neurohackers use it. I'll share with you some clinical studies demonstrating the benefits of pine bark extract. I'll tell you how much to use and what type to use, any potential side effects, and the best type of pine bark extract to buy. So why would you want to listen to this video about pine bark extract? Well, because pine bark extract is well known to boost brain blood flow. It's used instead of stimulants for ADHD and for better decision-making, concentration, focus, memory, and mood. Sound good? Now, before we get started, please hit the subscribe button for my channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps YouTube know to suggest this channel to someone else who may need this information too. And hit the share button so others can learn about pine bark extract and how it may help them deal with their brain health issues. So stay with me for a few minutes and I'll tell you more about pine bark extract. Let's get started. Pine bark extract, or the patented form Pycnogenol, is a standardized extract of French maritime pine bark. This pine tree, which is also called scientifically Pinus pinaster, is native to the Mediterranean region. The patented extract of maritime pine bark extract, called Pycnogenol, contains 65 to 75% proanthocyanidins. Professor Jacques Mascalier of the University of Bordeaux in France was the first to study oligomeric proanthocyanidins, or OPCs for short. The professor got his inspiration from reading about Jacques Cartier's 1534 expedition up the St. Lawrence River. Cartier's crew were trapped in the ice and dying of scurvy. The crew survived after native Iroquois gave them tea brewed from the bark and needles of pines growing by the river. Professor Mascalier speculated pine extracts in the tea contain vitamin C and flavonoids that help the crew's recovery. In 1948, the professor isolated the first OPCs from peanut skins and patented his extraction method of isolating OPCs from pine bark in 1951. In 1965, research was begun by Charles Hainoff, the founder of Horphag Research in Berlin. He developed a water-soluble extract of the same French maritime pine tree, calling this extract Pycnogenol. Throughout this video, I'll be referring to pine bark extract or Pycnogenol. Assume I'm talking about the same extract. As a nootropic, pine bark extract is used primarily to increase cerebral blood flow, or brain blood flow. Other uses include using pine bark extract for the prevention of brain diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, ADHD, high blood pressure, osteoarthritis, chronic pain, and erectile dysfunction. On a molecular level, pine bark extract helps with oxidative stress, membrane damage, DNA damage, inflammation, and glycation. In this video, we'll investigate pine bark extract's value as a nootropic to optimize cognition. So, pine bark extract prevents decreases in dopamine and norepinephrine and the glutathione to disulfide reductase ratio, neurotransmitter problems which contribute to the hyperactivity in ADHD. Pycnogenol helps boost blood flow to and within your brain by increasing nitric oxide, which helps dilate blood vessels, and helping repair and maintain the health of the lining of the blood vessels. Pine bark extract also prevents accumulation of oxidatively damaged proteins and may reduce the risk of diseases like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and Huntington's. Pine bark extract is a unique nootropic supplement derived from the bark of the French maritime pine tree, or Pinus pinaster, which is native to the Mediterranean region. Pycnogenol is a patented form of pine bark extract which is standardized to 65 to 75 proanthocyanidins. Oligomeric proanthocyanidins, or OPCs, are also found in high concentrations in a wide variety of plants, including apple, pear, grapes, chocolate, wine, and tea. Pine bark extract and pycnogenol helps protect your brain from DNA damage. Pycnogenol helps reduce DNA damage caused by oxidation and inflammation. Pycnogenol inhibits proinflammatory gene expression, the type of inflammation implicated in diseases like Alzheimer's. And glycation. Glycation is caused when sugar molecules bond to protein and fat molecules, triggering oxidation and inflammation. Pycnogenol prevents glycation by lowering blood sugar levels. Membrane damage. Damage to neuron membranes disrupt neuronal communication and structure. Pycnogenol protects brain cell membranes from free radical damage, chelating heavy metals, restores membranes, and prevents their rupture and leakage, helping to prevent stroke. And oxidative stress. Free radicals damage DNA and brain cell membranes by causing inflammation. Now, this inflammation is implicated in diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Pycnogenol reduces free radical production. It boosts neurons' natural antioxidant defense systems and is a potent free radical scavenger. Pine bark extract can also boost cerebral circulation, providing the blood flow needed to bring nutrients and oxygen to energy-hungry brain cells by increasing activity of nitric oxide, which dilates blood vessels. The active polyphenols called proanthocyanidins in pine bark extract easily crosses the blood-brain barrier. Pine bark extract boosts brain health and function in several ways, but two in particular stand out. First, pine bark extract boosts cerebral blood flow. Its main active component are water-soluble polyphenols, including bioflavonoids, catechin, and taxifolin, as well as phenylcarbonic acids. Antioxidants like bioflavonoids enhance blood vessel nitric oxide synthase expression, which then releases nitric oxide from endothelial cells, which are the blood vessel linings. It's a little difficult to measure blood flow in the brain, so researchers conducted a double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled study using pycnogenol to study forearm blood flow responses to acetylcholine. The study was with healthy young men before and after 2 weeks of supplementing with 180 milligrams of pycnogenol or a placebo. The group of men using pycnogenol experienced a significant increase in blood flow. The researchers then introduced a nitric oxide synthase inhibitor, which completely abolished pycnogenol-induced increases in blood flow, and concluded that it was definitely pycnogenol that increased blood flow by boosting nitric oxide production in blood vessels. And the second way that pine bark extract works in your brain is it boosts cognition. Neurohackers report that supplementing with pine bark extract or pycnogenol has a significant effect on memory, focus, decision-making, and mood, and researchers verified this in a clinical setting. In this study, 60 participants aged 35 to 55 volunteered to work with researchers. Diet, alcohol, and lifestyle patterns, including exercise, were controlled. Half of the group received 50 milligrams of pycnogenol 3 times per day for 12 weeks. The other half simply followed a healthy lifestyle. After 12 weeks of pycnogenol supplementation, results showed a 16% increase in mood, an 8.9% increase in mental performance, a 13.4% increase in sustained attention, and a 30% decrease in oxidative stress. A 13% increase in attention span may not seem like a big deal, but the National Center for Biotechnology Information reported that the average American's attention span has reduced from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. This decrease in attention span can have a profound effect on productivity and quality of work produced. So supplementing with pycnogenol or pine bark extract could be the simplest way to dramatically increase your productivity and income and get that next promotion. Poor cerebral blood flow, inflammation, and free radicals, oxidative stress can damage your brain. And one of the ways this manifests is memory loss. Left unchecked, it can develop into serious neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Cognitive function declines. Heavy metals kill brain cells from the inside. Free radicals destroy neurons and synapses. Anxiety, depression, and moodiness increase. Attention, concentration, and memory decline. Poor cerebral circulation causes a domino effect in your brain, affecting many critical processes. Memory, cognition, and decision-making all suffer as a result. Next, we'll talk about the pine bark benefits. Pine bark extract and pycnogenol are oligomeric proanthocyanidins, or OPCs. And OPCs have been extensively researched since the 1940s. Professor Jacques Mascalier published his doctoral thesis in 1948 on OPCs, phytochemistry and human health. Mascalier discovered that OPCs could neutralize free radicals, which were identified in a number of degenerative conditions and age-associated changes in your body. And he found that OPCs were potent antioxidants. In 1965, Horfag Research of Germany began research on their patented water-soluble pine bark extract called Pycnogenol. More than 370 clinical studies have been conducted showing pycnogenol benefits for cognitive functions including memory, mood, and ADHD, antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, cardiovascular benefits preventing heart disease and stroke, diabetes by controlling blood glucose levels, eye health by improving blood flow to tiny capillaries in your eyes, improved sperm quality, and reduced erectile dysfunction, menstrual disorders including PMS symptoms, and joint health including osteoarthritis, mobility, flexibility, and chronic pain, oral health including gum bleeding and plaque formation, respiratory functions like taming asthma and hay fever, sports nutrition for energy, recovery, cramps, and better blood flow, overall blood vessel health. Pine bark extract and the patented pycnogenol are powerful, multimodal defenses against aging, diseases, and overall brain health. Next, we're going to talk about how pine bark extract feels when you take it as a supplement. Pycnogenol and pine bark extract are one of the most potent antioxidants ever discovered. Many neurohackers report having more energy and an improved attitude while using this supplement. The effects of pine bark extract are often not felt immediately, but seem to build over time. But for some, you'll feel a boost in energy in about 6 hours after taking it. Adding pine bark extract to your stack should have you thinking faster and clearer. You may get more done and stay focused on things longer until you're able to finish them. But chances are that you may not feel anything at all until later you realize that you feel normal and you're able to recall words and names much more easily. Over the long haul, you may realize that you have more stamina and energy. It simply makes you feel good. Older neurohackers report that pine bark extract reduces age spots, varicose veins, and spider veins. Hair, skin, and nails look smoother and take on a healthy glow. You don't bruise as easily. Allergies and sinus issues clear up. Blood sugar levels return to normal after 2 to 3 months. No more hemorrhoids. Leg, joint, and knee pain are reduced. Runners can go longer without feeling exhausted. You don't feel completely burnt out after a workout. You may be able to lift more weight and not get as sore. Male neurohackers nearly always report more frequent and harder erections, especially when stacking with l-arginine, and a higher sperm count, which is backed by peer-reviewed clinical studies. Long-term users say they consistently feel calmer, can think quicker, and have better memory. Next, we're going to cover some of the clinical research for pine bark extract. Australian researchers worked with 101 patients aged 60 to 85 years in a double-blind, placebo-controlled study. Participants received 150 milligrams of pycnogenol daily for 3 months. The cognitive tasks measured in the study included intention, working memory, episodic memory, and psychomotor performance. The study found statistical evidence that the pycnogenol group developed better working memory as a result of using pycnogenol. Another 12-week study was conducted in Italy with 60 professionals aged 35 to 55 years. Half of the group received 150 milligrams per day of pycnogenol and the other half took a placebo. At 12 weeks, the improvement in the pycnogenol group was more significant than the control. Free radicals were reduced by 30.4%, The group showed improvement in spatial memory retention, alertness, anxiety, and the contentedness all improved. The researchers concluded that pycnogenol improved cognitive function and mental performance. And then another study in Italy was done with university students. The objective of the study was to test supplementation with pycnogenol on cognitive function, attention, and mental performance. 63 students aged 18 to 27 years were given pycnogenol for 8 weeks. Another group of students took a placebo. The study found that the students who used the nootropic experienced better sustained attention, memory, executive function, and mood. The study concluded that pycnogenol improves cognitive function in normal students. Several studies have been conducted with pine bark extract and its effect on those dealing with ADHD. One study in the Slovak Republic gave children with ADHD either a placebo or pycnogenol for 1 month. Research has shown that concentrations of catecholamines, including dopamine and norepinephrine, were higher in urine samples of ADHD patients compared to healthy children. Higher concentrations of norepinephrine correlated with the degree of hyperactivity, and both adrenaline and norepinephrine concentrations correlated with higher blood levels of oxidized glutathione. The treatment of pycnogenol with ADHD children decreased dopamine and norepinephrine urine concentrations, and it increased the glutathione to oxidized glutathione ratio, leading to less hyperactivity and reduced oxidative stress. Another study in Slovakia was conducted with 61 ADHD children. The kids were given 1 milligram per kilogram per day of pycnogenol for 4 weeks in this randomized placebo-controlled study. The children were examined at the beginning of the trial and tested again 1 month later. Results of the study showed that those who used pycnogenol had a significant reduction in hyperactivity, improved attention and visual/motor skills, and better concentration. The study concluded that pycnogenol could be used as a natural supplement alternative to relieve ADHD symptoms in children. The recommended dosage of pine bark extract containing 95% proanthocyanidins is up to 100 milligrams 3 times per day, or 1.4 milligrams per pound of body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, your daily dose would be 280 milligrams. Higher dosing should be divided equally with your first dose in the morning, the next dose at noon, and another dose mid-afternoon. Pine bark extract is water-soluble, so it can be taken with water or mixed in a smoothie. Side effects for pine bark extract and pycnogenol are rare when taken in doses from 50 to 450 milligrams daily. Very rarely will you experience dizziness, stomach problems, headache, or mouth ulcers. Pycnogenol can boost your immune system, so if you're on a medication for autoimmune diseases like multiple sclerosis, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, and others, or taken an immune suppressant for an organ transplant, you should avoid using pine bark extract or pycnogenol. High doses of pycnogenol may increase bleeding if you are dealing with a bleeding condition. Very high doses of pycnogenol may decrease blood sugar too much if you're dealing with diabetes. Pycnogenol may slow blood clotting, so stop using this nootropic if you're planning on having surgery or dental work. The bioactive component of pine bark extract are proanthocyanidins. Pycnogenol is standardized to 65 to 75% proanthocyanidins. Non-branded pine bark extract is often standardized to 95% proanthocyanidins. Individual pine bark extract supplements are available as powder, capsules, and tablets. Check the label for the concentration of proanthocyanidins. Pine bark extract can also sometimes be found in some of the higher quality pre-formulated nootropic stacks. For example, MindLab Pro, my favorite. It contains 11 brain-enhancing nootropic compounds, including pine bark extract standardized to 95% proanthocyanidins. I recommend MindLab Pro because it addresses all aspects of anxiety, resistance, memory, cognitive enhancement, Stabilizes mood, brain repair, and maintenance. This premium nootropic stack is designed to affect neurotransmitters, cognitive energy, brain waves, neuroprotection, and regeneration. See my video called MindLab Pro Updated Review on this channel. I'll put a link to that review down below in the notes section. And another good option is Performance Lab Mind, which also contains pine bark extract standardized to 95% proanthocyanidins. I'll put links to both of these supplements down in the notes section below this video. So that's my report on pine bark extract and Pycnogenol. If you want to see links to the studies I talked about, go to my website, Nootropics Expert, and search for pine bark extract. Or click on the link down below in the notes section of this video. And once you're at my website, Nootropics Expert, you'll find a full transcript for this video. You'll also find dozens of articles on all the well-known nootropics over on Nootropics Expert. And if you haven't already, download your free copy of Secrets of the Optimized Brain. It's nearly 100 pages and contains details on 92 of the most popular nootropics used today. And my 4-time award-winning book, the second edition of Head First, The Complete Guide to Healing and Optimizing Your Brain with Nootropic Supplements, is once again available. Head First, the second edition, is 962 pages and is available in hardcover, paperback, or for iPad or Kindle. You can get your copy at any major bookseller, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Balboa Press, Apple Books, Walmart, and others. You will find a link to these stores down below in the notes section of this video. And did I mention that Head First won 4 awards? You really need to get a copy if you haven't already. Head First is available worldwide. And if you could use some personal help choosing the right nootropics for you, if you're frustrated or figuring out how to deal with your own brain health issues, consider booking a personal consultation with me. You'll find a link to my calendar down below in the notes section of this video. Be happy to work with you. And if you want to see more videos on all the best nootropics used today, subscribe to this channel before you leave. I'll be putting up new videos on nootropics and optimizing your brain every week. And thanks for watching. I'm David Toman, author of Nootropics Expert.